What is going on, my friends? My name's CorruptYT, and it's time to talk about the 4 best Town Hall 11 attack strategies that can triple any base. That is right, guys. We're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know. We're going to explain every single way that you guys can use this, and we're going to try and go in depth for you guys to hopefully help you guys hone in on these skills to 3-star different Town Hall 11 bases. So if you guys do enjoy the type of content that I'm bringing here on the channel, make sure that you're subscribed and ringing the notification bell so you guys don't miss any of my educational Clash of Clans content. But without further ado, let's get started. Starting off at number 4, we've got the Zap Hybrid, the lightning spells, the earthquake, and the hybrid. This is going to be a very popular variation for many reasons. It's able to be used on a lot of different base designs in comparison to a standard hybrid. This is definitely a lot better, and you don't need to bring a poison spell for this. So what are you looking for in a base design to specifically use the Zap Hybrid? First of all, you need to look at the clan castle. You need to look at the you need to really look at what's around that clan castle. Now, some of you guys in the comments may say that why not get the Eagle Artillery and the clan castle? Well, let's think about a couple things. Is the pathing here going to be good enough for our hybrid if we go in like this, but then this building has been taken down? So could we still have good pathing? Probably. The attacker here didn't really worry about the eagle. It wasn't a big issue if he was going to be able to kind of charge his way right in with the hybrid towards the Eagle Artillery, so it really didn't matter. But what he was looking at specifically was getting rid of this area of the base here. And what he was going to do is, by clearing this area from the base, he allows himself to create the pathing necessary for his hybrid to work in for the Eagle Artillery. Kind of move in like this. Very simple, very basic, and it allows him to do a short queen walk, not doing a charge, and just walking on the outside, since a lot of these buildings are very vulnerable. They're all walkable from the outside via the queen. So that allows him to get right his way into the base and take down a lot of these defenses. So the biggest thing I want you guys to understand from this is taking down the clan castle. You could possibly take down the queen if she's close enough. Definitely, I would try to do that if you can. But then also making sure that you're able to take down things like the expos is always going to be another really good thing. We're using the earthquake over a couple more of the defensive buildings in order to provide just a little bit more support for our miners and hogs. Now remember, when we're doing this, we do want to create the funnel on one side. So we want to use a baby dragon on one side to clear out that for the queen. That way she works herself in a specific direction. And we could use the siege barrack and the king over here on the opposite side to cut this area off. So that is what we want to try and do before we actually do the hybrid. So the baby dragon is providing a lot of support for the funnel when we start to get to that point. So as the queen is kind of walking this way, we're not using any spells for her. We're just letting her walk. We're not doing too much. Then we're going to use the king and the siege barrack over here. And you'll see that the pathing now for our hybrid becomes this. And that is what's going to be extremely important, because that's just going to allow ourselves to get rid of so many of these structures from the inside and take them out as we move through. So as the queen's walking around, we can then go ahead and send in the hybrid. We've got the miners going in first, then the warden, and then the hog riders. So we want to use our first heal to provide the support for our hogs and miners as they start to push through into the Eagle Artillery compartment. We then want to use the Warren ability right over the hogs and miners, at least a good group of them, as they push into the core of the base where there's going to be a lot of damage. Then we could use the last heal spell really whenever, and we could even use a rage spell if we would like. You can see that we did use the super wall breaker to just get in a little bit, but to be fair, didn't even need the super wall breaker because he used the rage spell with the miners and the hog riders. That's actually a really hidden synergy with them, as miners and hogs actually benefit from rage and heal spells. Of course, though, you want to save the rage spells for your queen and also for your queen walk as a whole. But if you don't need them for the queen charge, then go ahead and just use it with the miners, the hog riders, and they're going to benefit from it either way. So that is going to be attack number 4. Let's bring you guys attack number 3. The number 3 attack here is gonna be the Zap Lalo. This attack strategy is still very powerful and something worth understanding. So what are the things that you need to know about this? Well, first of which, you need to know the lightning spells. So you need to know your key objectives when you're using the lightning spells. This is gonna be the enemy queen, Eagle Artillery, and the Clan Castle. With this attack strategy, you want to take those down. Whether this be a combination of taking down the Eagle and the Clan Castle, or taking down the Clan Castle and the Queen, that's what you need to try to look for. Sometimes you could bring a poison spell with this and take down the Queen and Eagle. Other than that, though, you want to make sure that you're getting rid of the Clan Castle if it's close to one of those 2 structures. You also want to try and take down any defenses around there that could mess with Lalo pathing, like a sweeper, for instance. So something good to keep in mind. In this base here, this could have also been a really good idea to send in a wall wrecker in for a couple of these defensive buildings, such as the Eagle Artillery and the Queen, or, you know, one or the other, and we could have gotten rid of a couple more defensive buildings. But the main reason to why we chose a Sui hero instead was because of where the Queen is placed. If we do a Sui hero into here, we can get rid of the 2 air defenses, along with some defenses around there, and we can create pathing that looks something like this into the base. That way it kind of easily works ourselves around the base with our Lavaloon, and we potentially don't even need our Warren ability. So before we actually jump into this example, I want you guys to know the exact number of lightning spells that you need for each and every defense. This is also going to include the use of 1 earthquake. So you can see on screen that the number that you need. So make sure that you share this with your clanmates by screenshotting your screen. That way you're going to be able to share this with your clanmates. Is very, very useful, and it will allow you to easily understand the number of lightning spells that you need for each of these defenses. Now, let's talk about the Sui hero and the lightning spells, and how you guys can use these lightning spells really effectively. So notice that we are going to be using the lightning spells away from the Queen, and we're going to use them with the Clan Castle and the Eagle along with the Sweeper. That way it's not going to be pushing back our Stone Slammer if we're going to be using that. Now, if you are going to use the Wall Wrecker, try to look for the Town Hall away like I mentioned, but also try to look for something like the Eagle Artillery, maybe some Multi-Infernos. Those are going to be the things that you want to look for when using this. Other than that, though, that would just be used for specific cases. I would use the Stone Slammer more often than not. So you'll see with the Sui hero is we are sending in a couple balloons in order to create a little bit of a funnel. We want to get rid of this part of the base here, and we also want to use the king to get rid of this part. That way we're going to be able to drive ourselves into the base with the super wall breaker, and then have the ice golem and the queen go in. The ice golem tanks for the queen, and then the queen will take down the enemy queen and some defenses around that. And that way you're going to be able to easily provide support for your Lavaloon. So as you can see, as we're moving through with the Sui hero, we've got the use of the ice golem, and when it dies, we have that freeze that's going to provide the support for our queen to take down all these defenses without actually needing to take much damage from the enemy queen or anything else. Now what we're doing from this is starting our Lavaloon portion. Now when we start this, we want to use a couple balloons. We want to use 3 to 4 balloons per group, up to 5 balloons per group. So 3 to 5 balloons per group as they move through. You can see the use of these groups to take down each of these defensive buildings and one-shot them. They're trying to merge into the base, that way they're able to drive through, which is exactly something that you're seeing in this one. It's by using a small group in each defense that you can start to go in for. So for instance, multi-infernos and stuff like that, you want them to bunch up. So you try to think of it like creating a funnel when you surgically place them. Now I've done a couple Lavaloon videos you may want to check out. The card to them is going to be up above if you guys want to check that out. I didn't talk about the number of balloons that you need, but it's definitely very important that you need to know about 3 to 5 balloons per group as you go through, and try to space them out in a way to where you're going to be able to merge your balloons together to get rid of defensive buildings. Other than that, though, that is going to be it for the Lavaloon, the Zap Lalo. But let's go in and talk to you guys about the best number 2 attack strategy that you can use at Town Hall 11. For the number 2 attack, we have got the Zap Dragons. This attack strategy is by far one of the strongest attacks at Town Hall 11, and this one shows you guys it with 9 lightning spells, no earthquake, 9 lightning. So if you want to use something like this, this is very easy. You guys will exactly see what we're going through. We're just going to take down 3 air defenses, and that's about it. Just send our dragons straight through. That's it. There's no base identification realistically. Just get rid of air defenses, send your attack. That's it. Just create a funnel on one side, and that's about it. That's all you're doing. So you'll see the use of 3 lightning on each of these defenses, and if you saw the chart earlier, you only need 3 lightning to take down an air defense. So you can see, that was pretty easy. 3 lightnings, and then we're going to use a Sui Queen on this side to get rid of this, and also create a funnel here, kind of cutting the funnel off kind of like this, and that way we can just send in our dragons straight into the Eagle Artillery. That's it. That is all that you need to do with this attack, is just create a funnel, get rid of the air defenses, and you're all set. Now this one uses 9 lightning spells, which is still very effective, and you can use this on most bases, but definitely be careful, especially if your dragons will split. You definitely want to make sure that they don't. Against even in an attack like this, you want to make sure that they're having easy pathing as they move through, and you want to use the warn ability in order to protect the dragons as they actually push into a large area of high DPS. And you also want to use a heal spell for them in case that is the matter too. Maybe don't use it at the same time, but you might want to use them roughly near each other in order to keep the dragons alive as they continue to push through. Even if the warden goes down to headhunters, you don't really need to worry about the clan castle. The dragons will take care of it. You've even got a stone slammer up here that's basically going to be used in order to just support your dragons as you continue to push through. This can have balloons in there. This can have balloons and maybe a baby dragon in there too. So again, there's a lot of different things that you can actually put into that clan castle, and also to use in order to help support your dragons. Other than that though, this is an absolutely wrecked attack. You guys can see how strong this actually is using the dragon's 9 lightning spells. It's very easy. So all I'll say is there's no real base identification when doing this attack. It's just, what can you use to support your Sui hero? What can you use to, really support the funnel? And then just send your dragons in. Using the lightning spells to support your dragons by taking down air defenses, and that's it. So that gives you guys the number 2 best attack, but you guys haven't seen the best attack, or have you? Let's take a look at the number 1 best Town Hall 11 attack strategy that you can use here at Town Hall 11. That is right, guys. We are going to be going over the number 1 attack, the Zap Witches. Come on, you guys already knew that Zap Mass Witch was going to be on here. Using the lightning spells on top of the Inferno Towers, the multi-target Infernos to take those down, and just going for the Eagle Artillery is it. That's really all you have to do. No matter if you go in this direction, you have the jump spell to provide support for your heroes, to provide support for your witches, and all of that. So you want to look for areas, or you want to look for wizard towers that are closer to the outside. That's what you want to look at specifically, but for the most part, if you can get that and you can have some solid tanking from the golems, you're going to be all set. You'll be all good. So for the most part, that's all you really need to do with this attack. Just go for that Eagle Artillery and use those lightning spells. That's really going to be it. So you can see the use of the Earthquake there, along with the Lightning, in order to take down these multi-Infernos. Now, people have also asked me about, what about a single target Infernos? What can I do with that? Well, what I would say is to use a bat slap. If you guys want to see a bat slap video, make sure that you let me know in the comments below. I do read the comments, so make sure that you let me know in the comments below. It's something that I will definitely consider. If you guys want to see it, let me know. So as you can see from this, we're just sending in golems. We're sending in a couple witches right behind each of these golems and sending them all right in. We even have some giants there to provide some support for the witches as well. So as they continue to push through, then we just got the siege barrack right behind, and now we can move everything swiftly into the base. We're using the super wall breakers in order to kind of break into as many compartments as we can as we continue to push through the base. And that is really it. That's all you need to do about this attack, is just making sure that your heroes are easily working themselves through the base. We can use the warden ability to provide support for our heroes and for the witches that go into the base. And you can see all the witches from the outside here. We only have a witch over there spawning a ton of skeletons. We got some witches over here, and we've even got hog riders in the base. And we've got a lot of them, a lot of witches, wizards. I believe we even have a P.E.K.K.A in the core, and hog riders just moving through. That just allows us to easily get a triple here. The hog riders are there to definitely distract for most of this. So this works wonders with the siege barrack. If you want to use this attack with the siege barrack, I would suggest using it with it. Other than that, the wall wrecker is also really good. You may want to bring Valkyries in the clan castle and bring a rage. Other than that, though, I would bring the siege barrack. You're gonna wreck absolutely every base with this attack. Trust me. This strategy is super strong, and just as strong, if not stronger, than the Zap Dragons. But hopefully you guys find this video well. Hopefully it kind of helps you guys understand the best ways to 3-star here in Clash of Clans at Town Hall 11. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, ringing the notification bell, and also don't forget to go ahead and follow me over on the social, on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure that you guys are following me over on Twitch. Make sure that you join my community Discord server, and don't forget to go ahead and use code CorruptYT in the Clash Champ shop to save 10% off your purchase. Other than that, though, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.